Samson Dauda is your new Arnold Classic champion, yet many people claim Andrew Jack, who finished in 3rd place, should have won the 2023 edition of the Arnold Classic. These guys have similar structures, both being tall, presenting beautiful aesthetic lines, these being the characteristics that set them both apart from the rest of the men's open bodybuilders today. The fact that these types of physiques got to be 1st and 3rd at the 2nd most prestigious bodybuilding event of the year shows that today's bodybuilding is on the right track. Andrew finished behind Samson at both the Olympia and the Arnold this past weekend, but there are many voices that claim that Andrew's physique is superior to Samson's, and today we are going to test this theory. I've got both of their 4K routines from the Arnold Classic and put them together side by side. The quality of this footage is great, so we should be able to have a pretty accurate perspective on this comparison. Front double biceps, and objectively speaking, body part per body part, Samson looks more complete. He's got the more complete guns, especially when we take into consideration the forearms. He also has the better quad sweeps, but Andrew Jack has that je ne sais quoi. His front double biceps just look so damn right. His more unconventional execution inspires elegance and perfection. Andrew also seems to be a bit drier than Samson. Here, this first pose could go either way, but personally I have to go with Andrew Jack here. I can't go against that. Next is the front lat spread, and they look very similar in this pose. They look just as wide, both have great tapers, great overall X-frames and flaring lats. In theory, this could go either way again. Hell, if we would take into consideration the slightly more details in Andrew's chest and midsection, we might be tempted to give this pose to him. However, in this high quality video we can notice an imbalance between Andrew's lats. There's something wrong about his right lat. Samson looks more balanced, so my point goes to him for this pose. Side chest pose, and this is a Samson Dauda pose in my opinion. His arms and shoulders are more round and full, and he also does a way better job with the execution of the pose. He opens up more, showcasing that fullness. Andrew definitely needs to practice more some of these mandatories. My point goes to Samson Dauda for this pose. Back double biceps, and their backs look pretty similar again. However, Andrew is uninspired with the execution. He shouldn't be leaning so much into the back in my opinion. Samson has some advantages with the limbs again, with his guns looking more complete, opposed to Andrew's space between the biceps and the forearms. Samson also has the better hamstrings, or the leg biceps, how Arnold would say. Samson wins the back double. Back lat spread, and in this pose it becomes obvious that Samson is the more muscular guy overall. His back is wider and thicker, and even though it's not a factor in this pose, his arms are way bigger as well. The idea is that upper body Samson looks too massive for Andrew in this pose. And Samson also wins downstairs, presenting better developed glutes and hams. The rear lat spread goes to Samson as well. Next is the side triceps, and this one is freaky. Neither of them do a very good job with the execution in my opinion. I don't like Samson because he's leaning up front too much, but I dislike Andrew even more because he never locks in this pose. He keeps moving and shaking, looking uncomfortable in this pose. If this was a still photo, I can understand why some people would go with Andrew. I would probably do that too myself, but watching this high quality footage, I have to go with Samson. The abs and thighs is an easy win for Andrew Jack. This is probably his strongest pose, and Samson is not even close. I mean, Samson's got a beautiful flow as well, but his abs are nowhere near as good as Andrew's. Andrew also showcases those feathers through the quads when hitting the abs and thighs, which seal the deal for this pose. The most muscular is a Samson Dauda pose. Again, he showcases more mass and thickness than Andrew, especially through the shoulders, triceps and forearms. As an analogy, Samson looks like a Phil Heath and Andrew like a Kai Green hitting this pose. Samson dominates this pose. In conclusion, even though I'm a huge fan of Andrew's physique myself, and even though personally I like Andrew more than Samson, objectively speaking, Samson is just better at this point, or at least this is how I see it at this point. This is how I understand bodybuilding right now. Andrew jacked won only 2 poses in this comparison, the front double biceps and the abs and thighs, with the remaining 6 poses going to Samson. Let me know what you guys think on the subject. Do you agree that Samson is a better bodybuilder at the moment, or do you think Andrew is superior? Let me know in the comment section below. Also subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you guys and see you next time.